Welcome to the Rustic Garden. Today I want to show you how to basically double dig your vegetable garden. One of the benefits of using a raised bed is that you never really have to step in it. So when you don't step on your soil, you don't compact it down, and you really allow the plant roots to grow deeply into the soil. My raised beds are usually 4 feet by either 6 or 8 feet. And the reason I have these dimensions is because your arm length is about 2 feet. So no matter where you stand in a raised bed, you can reach in, tend to vegetables, but you never have to stand in it. About every 3 to 5 years, you can double dig your garden. And all that really means is you're going to take out about 12 inches of soil. You can go down 12 to 14 inches. And you can't really pile it all up on one side. You're not going to have enough room. It's going to roll out. So you need to use a tarp and just put the excess soil over there. Once you clear out about 12 inches, you're going to just double dig it. Now before I do that, I have Garden Tone. This is an organic product. That's a 3-4-4 fertilizer. I'm going to put in a whole cup, and this is going to get mixed into the bottom 12 inches of my raised bed garden soil. And Garden Tone is a fertilizer, but it also has a lot of organisms in it that's supposed to help your soil come to life and just have a lot of good bacteria in it. I'm also going to put in a half a cup of bone meal. This is a slow-acting fertilizer that adds phosphorus to your soil, and blood meal, which is a long-acting or slow-acting. And what that means is if something is slow to release, it's going to take a couple of months for it to really break down and be ready for your plants. And this is what I want in the bottom of my soil. What I'm going to mix into that is this peat moss, which I've done a video to show you how I prepare peat moss, and I used organic products in this, but I basically use peat moss to mix into the bottom 12 inches of my garden bed when I do this, double digging. However, you could use compost if you have it. I just don't have any at this time. So the first thing that I want to do is loosen up the next 12 inches. And you can see down here I have more clay soil, and you can see the clay. So I'm mixing in the organic fertilizer, and I'm breaking up the bottom 10 to 12 inches. And the reason again that you do this is because I'm putting nutrients down here, I'm loosening up the soil, and when you plant your vegetables in here, specifically like tomatoes and peppers that grow deep roots, they'll be able to easily get down here, get to the moisture, and they should grow taller, stronger, and just be happier. So now that I've loosened up, one more, the bottom 10 inches, there's an old root. I'm going to put in some shovelfuls of the peat moss, and this is my organic matter that I prepared. Never use dried peat moss in your garden. It's slow to absorb water. You want to pre-moisten it. I have some organic fertilizers mixed in here. I have some lime mixed in here. But you can kind of use whatever organic matter you have. And then I'm going to mix and loosen up the bottom 10 to 12 inches. And again, because I don't step in here, this will stay loose. The plants will like it. And I only really have to do this every 3 to 5 years, depending on what you want to do. Now I know this is not so exciting watching the video, but this is the basics to double digging your raised beds. Break up any clumps. And then what you would do is just pull the soil back over about halfway. Again, this was 8 ounces of blood meal. Just add a little more in. That's bone meal. And mix that in. Just give it a quick turn. A couple more shovelfuls of peat moss. This is your organic matter. Mix that in. And this is also how I winterize my beds. So this will all be ready for planting come next spring. And then all I would do is take the soil back over, take some of the soil over here, fill this up. Then I would take 12 inches off of here, pile it on this side, throw it on there, dig that down, you know, another 12 inches. And pretty much what I end up with is a 4 foot by 4 foot square of soil that's double dug to a depth of 24 inches. And that's all I really need to use this bed for really 3 years. This is the finished product of the double dug raised bed, and you can see all the leftover soil I have. That will get mixed with peat moss, and that will be used for my containers in 2014. So by double digging, not only do you get to go down 24 inches, loosen up the soil, and really make a great growing bed for your plants, you also end up with a lot of extra soil that you can fill your containers up if you do container planting. The benefits again of double digging your garden is that because you go down 24 inches, because you loosen up the soil, because you put in organic matter, in my case peat moss, and some other organic fertilizers, your plants won't compete for space. They'll grow, the root systems will grow downward, and you can actually plant more plants per square foot in a raised bed that's double dug than in other types of earth beds. The last thing that I'm going to do, it is October here, it's going into winter. I bought crimson red clover. This is going to be my green cover crop, and you can see how closely I just dropped the seeds in. I'll rake them in to about a ½ an inch and I'll water them in. This green clover has a nice fibrous root system that'll grow deep into this bed. It will also fix nitrogen. It's similar to a pea plant, and when the plants get to about 2 feet come spring, I'm going to just turn over the plants right into this bed for my green organic matter. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.